here we go. Thumbnail's different. Alright, cool, we're live.
Alright, Shalom. We the Hebrew Israelites, we come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this place known as America, which in the scriptures is known as Babylon the Great. Alright? Well, first and foremost, we want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakudash. That's to say the Heavenly Father, and in the name of the only begotten Son, who the world literally calls God in Jesus Christ. Alright? Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out His truth and His truth and sincerity. Alright, so we're out here, little special event. Out here in Fort Myers, came down to see the brother, Spirit just hopped on us to come out here, so, here we are. So we're going to go ahead and chant down Babylon, because this place is the Lord is, so long, sisters, so
What's
long.
up, boys?
The Lord is preparing this place for a great judgment, okay? And this is why the prophets has been sent out here, okay, is to warn the people, our people really, and to let the nations know that they're getting ready to get judged. Okay, matter of fact, get real quick Psalms 83, Biblical Shark, because we're going to name the nations who are getting ready to get judged, man. All right, because it's not just Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. It's all these other nations that had a hand in our downfall, man.
This is the book of Psalms 83. We'll start at the top. It says, Keep not thou silence, O the Most High. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my Lord, O God. For, lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Yeah, they that hate thee have lifted up their head, man. Okay, because these nations, through the downfall of the Israelites, these nations became proud against us, man. They became proud against the Most High because they felt like the things that they did to our people, that meant that they had an upper hand. Well, just like when you read the book of Obadiah, that pride has deceived thee. Because Esau, Edom, out of all the nations, is the proudest nation. Okay?
It says, For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
There goes that word crafty again. Just got done doing a lesson going into Esau and his craftiness, man. Because this is Esau, through Esau's craftiness, all right, through his witchcraft. This is the how he brought our people down, man, through the deceiving.
Right.
Okay.
And then the very word, devil, that's what it means, deceiver.
Right.
So he's showed himself to be exactly that, the devil.
Go ahead.
It says, Psalm 83, verse 3 again. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
And that's what these nations did, man. They cut off our people. Why do you think here it is, you're in downtown, and it looks all nice and dandy out here, but you go 3 blocks out of downtown, and there's nothing but prostitutes and drug addicts and all different types of chaos happening. Why is that? Okay? You see, the people of this earth got to wake up at some point, man. It is nighttime to wake up out of sleep, man. Talking about you Israelites. Y'all got to wake the hell up and realize that this place is not for you, man. They're making mockery of you. Here it is, you're 2 blocks away from the most expensive part of the whole city, but your ass is living in a 1-bedroom, 528 square foot apartment, man, paying $800 a month. That's absurd, man.
The scriptures talk about oppression maketh the wise man mad. And a lot of you don't even care. You have no idea why. You're not questioning it. Okay, so hey, it shows that you have no wisdom.
That's right.
So back in Psalms 83 in the 4th verse, it says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. All right, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Yeah, and that's what happened. Our people lost our heritage, man. Let me get that real quick. If you can speak real quick.
I'll read it again. It says, Psalms 83 and 4, it says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. They don't want us to even consider us being the children of the Heavenly Father. All right, they don't want anybody to consider that. All right, if it was up to them, we'd be extinct right now. Talking about you so-called blacks, you Hispanics, Native Americans. If it was up to Esau himself, we wouldn't be here no more. We'll be here only if we're going to be here. You're going to be here only to make them money, and which is pretty much the case right now. That's why you see them deceiving us, keeping us in such a low state. Don't preach the true gospel. They'll read the Bible. Here it is, you got Esau reading the Bible, but he doesn't go into nations. He doesn't go into the true prophecy. He may mention the mark of the beast and a couple of things, but when it comes into real deep prophecy about why we are in the situation that we're in right now, because they don't expose him for being the devil that he is, being the crafty one.
Yep.
So it says, go ahead.
Read that again, and I want to get the precept for that.
The 4th verse, Psalm 83. They have said, "Come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance."
Right. So this is because it wasn't the nations who ultimately did it to us. All right. It was of the Heavenly Father, because our people went off pursuing to Deuteronomy chapter 28:15 on down. We didn't follow the ways of the Lord, so these curses were brought upon our people. All right. So this is Jeremiah chapter 7, or Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Real quick, before you read on, that's exactly what happened here. You can't tell me that that's not what's going on. Read it one more time. Go ahead. Stop where you.
It says, "And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not."
Right. So the Lord caused us to serve the enemies, because what did we do? We did what we wanted to do. All right. We said, I'm gonna do what the Moabites do. I'm gonna do what the Ishmaelites or these different Hamite nations. We're gonna do what they're doing. All right, because it's cool and they looking like they having a good time. So we're gonna follow that. So what did the Lord do? He put us in a low state. All right, where we're the tail and the other nations are the head, or specifically Esau is the head. But we're the tail. We're the last one. Last one's hired, first one's fired, as brothers always say. It says, go ahead, read on.
And it says, "For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever."
The Lord's pissed. Okay, the Lord he's pissed off right now. That's why we're in this situation that we're in right now, because we pissed off the Lord. We upset him. All right, and we know that the ultimate judgment is going to come when it's coming in the day of the Lord. But he's going to come for Esau specifically because he basically took it too far with us.
Right.
All right. Go ahead.
Yep. Just to back you up real quick. This is the book of Obadiah. I'll start at verse 10. Obadiah 1 and 10. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
See, so the Lord is going to cut Esau, and he's talking about Esau. Because he said, "For thy violence." A violence against who? Against his brother Jacob. What did he do to him? He put us in all types of slavery. Yep. All right, he look what he does today, 2020, 2021. What he's doing to y'all Negroes in the streets, to you Mexicans specifically. All right, he's completely making an example out of you, and yeah, it's gonna be a little riot because this cat died. Well, guess what? Esau, he set that up too. He funds these marches.
Right.
Okay. Yep. So
Black Lives Matter.
That's all funded by the devil.
Yep. The Black Panthers. All of that, man. That was funded by Esau, man, to forward the agenda to destroy you niggas, man.
And he uses that for us to come against each other too. We think, we're gonna come to, as black people, we're all gonna come together for this one fallen soldier. But then what do? You destroy all these neighborhoods, and it's your neighborhood.
Right.
You're destroying your own neighborhood where a lot of those businesses are so-called black-owned, Hispanic-owned, and you destroy your own shit, and the devils are sitting back there laughing at you. Right. So for that, the Lord said that, read that Obadiah, you still got it.
Yep. It says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever."
Yeah, shame's going to cover you, and you're going to be cut off forever. You're going to be cut off, all right?
And you're starting to see these Edomites, that shame coming forth. Because we're so sorry. You got all these people, these crowds of Edomites bowing down to Jake, kissing their feet, telling them we're sorry and all this. But it's a tad bit too late, my friend. That's what we got to tell you, man. Because the deed has already been done. Our people that went into slavery, you're living in the condition you're in because of the blood, sweat, and tears of our people, man. Not because you made yourself something, man. We made this place what it is, man.
Yeah, without the Israelites, this place wouldn't be worth coming to and visiting. You don't see no one visiting from Tanzania. I'm gonna go to America. You know, Mexicans wouldn't be coming over here in droves. All right, because they wouldn't be. Mexicans are Israelites, so why they wouldn't be here? If you took all the Israelites out of here, this place wouldn't be on the map. All right, go ahead.
It says, in the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was as one of them. You see, because it wasn't just Esau. Like we're going to go into Psalms 83. It wasn't just Esau, man. You had the Ishmaelites, all right. You had the Elamites, the Moabites, okay, just to name a few.
Different Hamites.
Yep, Hamites. Yep. Especially the Hamites.
Specifically.
Yep.
At that time.
It says, but thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, and the day that he became a stranger, neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of the destruction.
Yeah, which y'all did. You rejoiced when we fell. We fell to the Babylonians. Esau was there.
The Assyrians, Babylonians. Shit, Esau was, every time we came up out of captivity, there was Esau to try to put us right back in there, man. Okay? It goes on to say, it says, neither shouldest thou have spoken proudly in the day of distress. Thou shouldest not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, as you see, because our people were already going to get judged by the Lord. But then what happened? Esau came in and he started to put his foot on our necks, man.
Yep.
That's why you started to see our people getting lynched, our people getting beat to death, our women getting raped. Okay? All these things was happening to our people. Why? Because Esau just wanted to have fun. He wanted to get off on our people, man. Why? Because they knew who our people were, man.
And that's ultimately the Lord used. That's a punishment. Yep. You know, real quick. You know that the Lord used the worst of the heathen as the whipping stick on you Israelites, because you're not going to get it no other way. All right, since you're not going to get it, well, I got something for you. That's what the Lord said. He gave you Esau. He gave you the devil. And that's boy, right. Did you do a number on us. Go ahead, bro.
Okay. It says, verse 14. Obadiah verse 14, it says, neither shouldest thou have stood in the crossway to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Real quick, that's where the whole the police started, because the police started. They were slave patrols.
Yeah, that's what it was. It had the same star.
Yeah, the same star. And what would they do? They'd be looking for Jake that was trying to escape. That's an example of that precept right there, man.
And then when they got so-called emancipated, I said it wrong.
Emancipated.
Yeah, emancipated the water. Whatchamacallit, then they changed it to the police, basically.
Right.
You know, because technically you can't. Ain't no more slaves.
That's when Jim Crow laws came.
Right.
So they made life even more difficult for Jake by passing certain laws that afflicted fucking Jake.
So you have all these Jakes that they worship Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
You know, not knowing that it was just literature. Okay, yeah, there's no more slaves, but if I find a so-called black person standing with his hat to the side by then you got to go to jail, because that's not part of our culture. Yeah, they'll arrest you for little things. They'll arrest you for things that only Jake does.
Yeah, out past a certain time, bam. Even kids were getting locked up, man, getting hung during the Jim Crow laws, man.
Yeah, children. They're children. Go ahead.
See, and you devils, you think you don't got to pay for this, man. Well, y'all got to pay. Matter of fact, get Isaiah 14:21. All right. And then I'm going to get another one. Okay, because y'all got to pay, man. The scriptures say it is a righteous thing to trouble them that have troubled thee. Okay, to recompense tribulation unto them that have troubled thee. Salakia.
Yeah, right.
So these things have to come. You have to be recompensed for the deeds that you did to our people.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 14:21, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So the Lord said, he said, prepare slaughter. All right. So in other words, we just read in Obadiah that this man's not going to rise no more. All right. That the Lord, he said, he's going to be ashamed, and he's not going to have a place anymore ever again. So the Lord said, prepare slaughter. So it's going to happen by the way of slaughter for his children. The children are the ones that put the Israelites in slavery. All right, but we're talking about you, Esau. I mean, we could go into the details of the actual verse, but in the sense of where we at today in prophecy, this is talking about you Edomites. It says, I'm gonna read it again.
Because Deuteronomy 30:7. These curses shall fall upon the nations, man.
those that afflicted. Yeah, kind of. You're gonna have to go what we went through. But the thing is, with you Edomites, is that you're gonna have to get it double, because you were so proud, and the Lord don't like proud. So you know what? Since you're so proud, I'm gonna give you what you gave them, but I'm gonna give it to you double. It says again one more time, Isaiah 14:21. Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers. It says that they do not rise nor possess the land nor fill the face of the world with cities.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. See, because we ain't gonna allow you Edomites to take over anything anymore, man. Y'all ain't gonna have your own cities that you just run on your own, man. And we gonna make sure we keep you at a certain limit, man. Okay, this is real quick to back that up. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus Chapter 41, and I'll get right to the point. Verse 7. It says, "The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they shall be reproached for his sake." You see, so you hear it all the time. Oh, well, that wasn't us. That was still your people, man. That was you in the reincarnation, going backwards, but you are them in the reincarnation. You're reaping the benefits of what your forefathers did.
And they'll say something like you said, well, that was a different time, but then we say, like, well, what, did you ever pay for it? Yeah. Did you ever fix it? Right. No, you never fixed it. You continue to keep the Israelites in a low place. You made sure they were always on the bottom. You put in some fake shit, like some everybody's equal, right? But clearly it's not. All right. Clearly the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are always on the bottom. You say you making it fair for them, but you're not making it fair for us. All right. You putting us in this position. Okay. He's the devil. All right. You say you making it so that there's no way possible. It's impossible for you to come up in the system unless you sell yourself out. And then you Edomites should be like, oh well, what about you and your forefathers? Your forefathers did bad things. You didn't have to pay for it. What you talking about? We went to slavery. We're still on the bottom. We're still getting shot, unjustly. So so to speak, in the eyes of the world, unjustly. In the eyes of the Lord, of course, it's just. Right. But in the eyes of this world, you're just killing people indiscriminately. And you expect, you expect it just to continue in that manner, and you're just always going to be on top. And you're the same ones that push Christianity, all right, which uses the Bible, and the Bible talks about recompense. So what's good?
Well, that's why they had to come out with the slave Bible, because they had to take out certain things because of it. When Jake was reading into the scriptures, they were figuring things out. Hence, a good example.
What's his name? Yeah, homeboy.
No, not Emmett Till.
Yeah. Oh man. The movie, Nat Turner.
Yeah, there you go, Nat Turner. Come on.
This came out. Yeah, Nat Turner. That was that on that?
Yep.
This is the book of Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, verse 15, going on these nations. It says, you know what? Before I get there, let's finish reading Psalms 83. Yeah, let's get to the point on that.
Yeah, let's get the list accounted for. Let's count heads, okay, so to say.
Bring it out. So this is Psalm 83, verse 5. It says, "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." And then here's the nations.
Yeah, confederate. Matter of fact, let me get that in the blue letter.
I'll read it again. Psalms 83 and 5. "For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee." So they, being the other nations, have consulted with each other. They're on one accord. They're like, yeah, we gotta do something about these guys. We gotta get them out of the way. Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the word confederate, all right, and it's barayath. Barayath in the Hebrew, if I'm pronouncing that correct. So lucky if I'm mispronouncing it, but it says a covenant, alliance, a pledge between men.
There it is.
Okay. And what was the pledge? What was the alliance made about? About taking down the children of Israel? Because every time, and when you read the scriptures throughout the histories, every time the Israelites called upon the Lord jacked these nations up, man. And the nations were like, man, there's no other way to defeat these people unless we make them defeat themselves.
Yep.
And that's what happened, man.
That's what happened. That's why we're in the state we're in right now, because of that. They can't beat us no other way. They have to use their craftiness.
Yeah.
Okay. Back in this chapter here, Psalms 83, it says, now hear the nations. Well, you know what? Yeah. It says, the tabernacles of Edom, who are and when we usually hear us say Edomites all the time.
Yep.
Okay, what are these Edomites? These Edomites are when you look around, you see these so-called white people. Those are the Edomites. Now, mind you, all right, just because you see someone that looks like they're a white person doesn't necessarily mean that they're an Edomite. Okay, this is a bloodline, a lineage change, but for the most part, it's something you can use, but it's not the end all be all. But the Edomites are what you would call today the so-called white people.
That's right. And real quick, just to prove that Edom is Esau, this is Genesis chapter 25, and I'm gonna get right to the point.
Yep.
Verse 29. And Jacob sought pottage, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, Feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
There it is.
Or Adam. Okay. Adawam, Salakia. Adawam.
Yeah, there it is. Hold on.
Adawam,
Yeah.
okay, which means red, and that's how he was born. Okay, matter of fact, let's go up a little bit.
Okay.
Genesis 25 and 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, talking about Rebecca, behold, or Sarah, Salakia, or was I right?
No, you're right.
Rebecca, Salak, Jake tripping. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb, and the first came out red.
There it is.
So, and that's why he got his name, Ishashua, okay? Because wasted away, it says all over, and the first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau because he was wasted away. He lacked pigment. His father was, oh shit, Ishashua. Oh my God.
Why you look like that?
Man, hey, but it was his firstborn son, so he had to love him. But
Okay.
nonetheless, he was going to be the progenitor of what was to be now in these last days be called the Edomites, man.
Worst of the
All right?
heathen, the
Yeah.
worst.
These pale-faced devils, man.
Them.
That's who Esau is. That's who Edom is. Okay. Go ahead now.
Yeah. And again, just to clear that up, just because you see someone that that looks like they're a white person doesn't necessarily mean they could be any other nation.
Right.
All right. They just go ahead.
Which is why we say Edom,
Right.
the Edomites.
Mm-hmm. Or when we say so-called white people, because they're not, no one's really white. It's the Edomites. This is who we have a beef with. This is who we have a problem with. So if you're a white person, and you hear us talking about Edomites, you shouldn't get offended because,
That's right.
unless
the shoe fits.
Unless the shoe fits, right? Am I right? Because we're talking about Edomites over here.
Right.
Back in this chapter here, Psalms 83 and 6, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. Ishmaelites are who? What you would call today the Arabians, the Arabs.
Yep. The wild man of the desert.
Mm-hmm. Ishmael, I forgot how you pronounce it in Hebrew, but basically it means wild man, right?
Yeah. Well, let me see.
No, it don't mean that.
Yeah,
He was called a wild man, but it means something. It's a beautiful name. It's a beautiful name. I forget what it means, but he's known as a wild man, and we see instances of that to this day. Okay, this man will go through great lengths for his God and for his beliefs. All right. Kind of shalom to everybody on the comment board.
Was that Genesis 11 or 15 when it starts going into him?
I don't remember.
Come.
You're looking for the name?
Yeah. Nonetheless, go ahead.
Yeah, we'll
So-called Arabs.
Yeah, the Arabs. That's who the Ishmaelites are. We're just it's just kind of a small little history impromptu, but the Ishmaelites. So we got the Edomites, the tabernacles of Edom, the Ishmaelites. It says of Moab. Moab are what you would call today Chinese. All right, just to give it a blanket statement. They're who you call the Chinese, and of that region, there's a lot of Moabites and there's other countries in that region. Okay, the Moabites. Reading on, and the Hagarenes, all right, which are Hamites. I may be wrong. I think of Mitzrayim, like if that lineage. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. If I am,
yeah, which if the original Egyptians are now they're over there in the land of Sudan.
That's right.
Okay, and that northern eastern part of Africa. Okay, go ahead.
The big tall, lanky, black dudes, man. They used to run the world. It says the Hagarenes. I'm sorry, Salaki. Yeah, and the Hagarenes. Gabal and Ammon. All right, Ammonites are what you would call the Japanese. They're different from the Chinese and the mainland Asians. Okay, they're the brother. And Amalek, those are what you would call the ones that make the bagels.
Yeah, the Amalekites.
Yeah, the Amalekites, the ones that make the bagels, the ones that run. Those are Edomites actually.
Yeah.
All right, they're what is it? The grandson of one of the.
That was the grandson of Esau.
Of Esau rather. Yeah. So those are actually Edomites, the Amalekites. All right, Amalek, and those are actually the ones that run the world.
Right. Yep.
Of that lineage, the least what does it say? The least of the flock. I forget how it's. They run everything. They run the Diamond District, entertainment. They finance these wars. It was them that made the Black Lives Matter. Mm-hmm. All right. They run everything. All right. So them. Mm-hmm. Where was I? The Philistines, and you already know, Jake had a big beef with them.
Yep.
Okay.
Down there always going to war with the Philistines, man. Okay.
It says the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, or Tyre, whoever you want.
Hamites, man. They're all Hamites.
Straight Hamites.
And that's who really we had always the biggest beast was with Ham, man. Mm-hmm. Always. It was always with Ham that we had issues with, for the most part. Obviously our nemesis was Esau, but right underneath Esau was Ham. That's why Ham, when it came down to the slavery, he ratted us out to the Edomites. What does it say? Because he sold them to the. Matter of fact, I got it right here.
3.
I got it right here.
You read it early.
Was that it on the list though?
Yeah, that was it. That was the last one.
Yep. This is Joel chapter 3 and verse 2.
Yep.
It says, "I will also gather all nations." We just named the nations, man.
Yep.
And not just them, but the people that we were sold to, that treated our people like shit. Okay, for lack of a better term. Okay. It says, "I will also gather all nations," because this is the judgment that's coming to the whole world, man. The Lord is getting ready to judge all these nations, and this is why we are here, like we said at the beginning, man. To warn our people and to let you, because we ain't warning the nations, we just letting them know. Because no matter what they do, they can call on the Lord all they want. They ain't gonna be delivered. The Lord ain't gonna be like, all right, well, they repented. No. The other nations are gonna get judged, man. It says, "I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for mine heritage, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land." Okay, and Jehoshaphat is Jehoshaphat in the Hebrew. It means the Lord's judgment, or Yahweh's judgment. And the word plead is Shaphat, which means to judge. So the Lord ain't gonna come back literally to plead with y'all. Look, hey man, let my people go. He did that with Moses, man, and it ain't working. Look what happened. The Lord still had to bring judgment. So this time he skipping
that.
Yeah, he skipped that part of the training session, man.
Let's
just go ahead and go to
save them. Get them out of there. Get them out of there.
Page 20.
Yeah, because they're not gonna do it. You gotta, you're gonna play the game harder in their heart, because he's gonna harden Esau's heart like he did Pharaoh's. But go ahead.
Right. Verse 3 it says, "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink." And this is what our people went through, man. We were getting sold on auction blocks. We were getting traded for food and minuscule items. Okay, we were to this day in the end of the Declaration of Independence, right? Or is it the Bill of Rights? One of the two. It still says that our people are considered 3/5 of a man. We ain't even considered a whole damn human, but we the real humans.
See,
we the ones with the color. It says, "Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Sidon, and all the coasts of Palestine?" So the Hamites.
There it is.
"Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head." And that's what's coming, man. And not just to them, but all the other nations. Primarily Esau, Edom, because like we read in Obadiah, when our people were down, he stomped us even further down. Okay? And it was all through the Spirit of the Lord, because the Lord already had a plan of how things were going to go down. It says, "Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things, the children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border."
And he sold us to the Grecians, which would be Edomites. The Greeks back in those days were so-called white people. All right, they're still walking the earth today. So that was Africans, right?
Right.
That did that.
Yep.
All right. So we had beef with these guys for the beginning of time, so to speak. Since the Hamites were a nation, the Israelites were a nation, we had problems with these people. So go ahead.
So real quick, in the Strong's diction, or in the etymology for the word here in the blue letter, for Grecian, Yawanai, and it says here in the Strong's Hebrew Chaldean lexicon, let me read this. It says, Ionia, from this province being more to the east and better known than the rest of Greece to the Orient, it became applied to their language to the whole of Greece. Who the Greeks? The so-called white race, man. The Edomites. Okay? And this Joel was way before the Greeks. Okay? Before they were really fully in power.
Right. This is in the Old Testament.
Yeah. So hey, come on, man.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. And it said, what did it say? Ionia? That don't sound like Idumea.
Right.
But it has something here.
Okay.
This is the book of Lamentations. It's gonna bring us out earlier. Book of Lamentations chapter 2, verse 15 and 16. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee, they hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouths against thee.
So I can start at
top.
again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Verse 15, Lamentations 2. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty?
Yeah, and that's what these nations do now. Now here it is, after all this time, our people get put in this low estate, and then they come and they walk past us, you know, Jake beating the drums on the side of the road, you know, making some money, you know, and they come and they shake their head at us, you know, they wag their fingers at us, and they talk shit. They're like, this is the people? How are these the people? Look how through they are. And it's true, our people are through.
We say the same thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we say the same thing. But you see, the nations, man, y'all just gotta pay, man. Y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna put us. Y'all gonna do all these things to us and feed our people all this nonsense, okay? And then you're gonna have the audacity to sit there and shake your heads at us, man, and be like, "This is the people." Come on, man. Y'all gotta pay. And judgment is not gonna escape thee, man. You're not gonna be able to escape. Okay? Go ahead.
It says,
mosquitoes like crazy.
Yeah, you're getting. I haven't been bit by a mosquito in a minute. Feels like. It says the joy of the whole earth. So it says, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. All thine enemies. So going back to Psalms 83,
right? Yep.
We got a whole slew of nations in there that have issues with us. They have some sort of beef with us.
Yeah, they have made a tumult against thee.
Yep. That's what it said. It says, all thine enemies have opened their mouths against thee. They hiss and gnash their teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. So now they're talking proudly. We have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we've looked for. Yeah. We have found it. We have seen it.
Yeah, so they started high-fiving each other. Like, yeah, this is what we did. We got them down. Yeah, that's right.
Look, they got bumping each other. Yeah, the God is mad at them. Look.
Yeah. Yeah, see, well, hey, guess what? All that hooping and hollering y'all been doing for the last couple thousands of years, having our people in this low state, it's going to be brought back upon you, man.
Damn right.
Okay? It is a righteous thing to trouble them that have troubled thee, or to recompense tribulation against them that have troubled thee.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm telling you, hey, the scriptures talk about no greater joy has a man than to see the downfall of his enemy.
Come.
Okay? And who are the enemies? We're talking about them. And we're gonna see their downfall, man. And we're gonna be the men of the Lord, the elect, Lord, will we be those men? We're gonna be rejoicing, man. All right, just when we see little things of these other nations going through it, Jake be happy. Yeah. Jake send the link. Hey, brothers, check this out.
Yeah, we do that. We laugh at it because I mean we'll be real with you. I mean we don't particularly want to see our people in the position they are, even though we do laugh at them and point at them and shit. You know, because the scriptures say that was going to happen. That's actually prophecy that we're going to laugh at them. But we rather would see them up here with us. You know, at least, you know, speaking the truth and in their right mind. Our people are beautiful people and they're very talented and they go through a lot. They're very tough, but the Lord got the spirit of Satan on them right now. They got it. Death is the best thing. Right.
Well, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. That's why the scriptures also say, the same shall know it through death by pain. Like the brother just said, the best thing for them is just death. And that's 2/3 of our people, man. So that's a big portion of the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those of our people scattered amongst the other nations that gotta die. Like, hey, the scriptures also say, many there be that be created, or many there be that that shall perish, then there be that be saved, man. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So it's a great judgment coming across the whole entire board, but for a remnant. There's a remnant that the Lord has preserved. Okay, a cluster of grapes.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me get that.
Isaiah 5, I believe.
Second Ezra, you're talking about the cluster.
Oh, okay, come on, yep.
It's in here. Second Ezra.
I'll get this one real quick in Isaiah 5.
By all means.
It says, Isaiah 5:1. It says, now will I sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved touching his vineyard. My well-beloved hath a vineyard in a very fruitful hill, and he fenced it and gathered out the stones thereof, and planted it with a choice vine. You see?
Right.
And built a tower, and Yahushua is that vine. Okay? It says, and what? All of Israel is that vineyard, but that choice vine was Yahushua. And who did the elect come from? That choice vine. That's where we grew out of. Okay? It says, and with the choice vine, and built a tower in the midst of it, and also made a winepress therein, and he looked that it should bring forth grapes. And this is now going into the other jakes. And it brought forth wild grapes.
There it is.
Okay? And wild grapes is, you see a picture of a wild grape cluster, it don't even look like a cluster. It's just sporadically grown grapes, man. It just don't make no damn sense. Okay? But what? A real true cluster is all nice and beautiful. Remember that one that I said it was coming from the roof and it was huge?
Bro,
man, something like that, man.
Heavenly, bro.
Right.
Now that's
the elect.
Choice grapes.
Right.
Those are the choice grapes, 144,000. You see? And the 1/3 as well. But specifically the 144,000, those are the prophets.
Right.
Those are the first fruits. Okay, then it moves up. More on that?
Yeah, that was it on that one.
So in the book of Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, it got windy. Second Ezra, the 9th chapter, verse 20. Yeah, exactly. Now we're feeling it. It says, verse 20, Second Ezra 9 and 20. Does everyone want to start? Yeah. It says, so I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices that will come into it. And all the different devices, you can go into these philosophies, you can go into many different things that are used to destroy the nation, all right, and the world itself. Read it on. And they were brought on by the wicked, okay, through the Spirit of the Lord. It says, verse 21, and I saw it and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people. Grape of a cluster, all right? Yep. That choice, was it that vine?
Choice vine.
Yeah. You see? So we're lucky to be in we're fortunate, to be in a position where we can actually be part of that number. Yep. Okay, we believe we are, but that has yet to be proven. We have to go through the trying period. But once you go to a trial period, like say, let's try it in the fire, set the men in the furnace of adversity. Ash always brings out the instance about the grape. The best grapes, you put them in the sun,
yep,
right? And
they all last.
The best ones that are there, they last. The other ones are shriveled up to kingdom come.
Yep.
All right.
And real quick, just to prove that Yahushua is that vine, this is John chapter 15, and I'm going to start at verse 1. John chapter 15, verse 1, it says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman.
There it is.
Every branch in me, see, because the Lord is the one that does the sifting. The Lord, okay, well here let me send the workers out, and let's clip this clip right here. Let's prune this right here. Let's cut this off, and let's trim this to let this grow more. You see, that's the Lord, but Yahushua is the vine. Okay, it says, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. He pruneth it. Boop, cut it off. Okay, it says, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purges it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Right, that's the Salaki, that's the pruning. The other one, that whole branch just gets cut off and thrown into the fire. Okay? But it says, now we are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. So Yahushua is that vine. Okay? Just to prove that point real quick.
That's beautiful. And grapes stem from off a vine.
Yep.
So where are those grapes?
It's a lot. Verse 5.
Go ahead.
I am the vine, ye are the branches.
There, brother.
He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, ye can do nothing.
Bro, this is why it pays to at least try, right, to do it to do the right thing and possibly be of that number. Because if so, we're going to inherit a beautiful thing. Life is coming for us. All right, but we have to prove it first. All right, we got to serve the Lord.
Right.
We got to serve Him. We got to, and we're going to be fruitful.
Right.
Bring forth more fruit. Go ahead.
That was it on that one.
All right, back in the Apocrypha, check 2 Ezra 9 and 21 again. It says, "And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster, and a plant of a great people." So now we know that that's the Israelites, specifically the elect, the remnant. Reading on. Verse 22. "Let the multitude perish then, which were born in vain." So everybody else, let them go. Who cares? Fuck them.
Right.
You know, that's what basically we're saying here. You know, fuck everybody else. This is all that matters. All right? Nothing else really matters. The only thing that matters, we got to keep these. These are precious right here. Throw that shit away.
Yeah. Everything else didn't bring forth fruit. It was a way. It was like Yahushua when he saw that fig tree with no figs on it. He was mad as hell. What the hell is this thing doing here? No fruit. He cursed it and it withered and died immediately, man. Yeah. Go ahead.
"Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain." Reading on, it says, man, I keep losing my spot. "And let my grape be kept, and my plant," the water, "for with great labor have I made it perfect." So the Lord made us perfect through the labor. Okay, what? Yahweh came first. All right, we, Lord's willing, we have that number. We was the very next ones. The fruit again going into the grape. Yeah, the fruit, the first fruits, as scriptures say.
You might have not been the first grape. You might have not been the 100th grape. But as long as you was one of the 144,000 of one of them a grape out of that number, then you good.
So I mean, you got to look at it like this: 144. I mean, we say 144,000 versus the world. That's a very small minuscule number.
Right, yep.
But 144,000 of anything is a lot of shit.
Right.
So you're talking about a lot of men.
Yep.
And you don't see a lot of men doing what we're doing.
Yeah, servants.
Yeah. Then you're talking about 144,000 servants. Right. Okay, and we know just through just obvious, not all of them are in the world right now. Some of them are in the spirit world. Okay, there's 144,000 prophets walking across the planet right now. Some of them have passed and are waiting for it to be we call it brought back.
Yep. Right. Risen
again, resurrected again.
Yep.
You know, the dead's gonna rise. You had some?
No.
All right, let me read that. Is there more? So reading it again just to get the point. It says, "Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept, and my plant, for with great labor I have made it perfect." Made them. What's this? I have made it perfect. So perfection. Right. All right. So we're looking. We've gained. Our spirits are already. If we be of that number, we're perfect in spirit.
Right.
We're just in this flesh right now. That's why we be making mistakes, having all weird ass thoughts. All right. That doubt demon might pop up here and there. And it isn't really popping up anymore because brothers are so built and we're getting so close to the end. You don't really see that kind of demon no more, but it has come and it's touched us all.
Right.
But go ahead.
Just a quick one.
Yeah.
Sirach 2, and I'm gonna get to the point. Verse 5. Sirach chapter 2, verse 5. It says, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." So that's that being made perfect, man.
Yeah.
All right. The Lord is trying us through trials. Okay. Like we were talking about the vine. Okay, when you pruning something, you're clipping it off a little bit so that it grows more. Okay, and that's the whole thing. You gotta trim your lamps. Okay, going into the 5 wise virgins, man. Okay, they were trimming their lamps, meaning they were getting rid of the excess, the things that wasn't needed, man. And that's what the Lord is doing with His elect. Okay, because it's going to be needful for you to not have no dross. Okay, no dross in these last days, because if you're found with a little leaven, guess what? A little leaven leaveneth the whole lump. So the Lord got to get rid of all that leaven from the elect. Okay, that's why the scriptures in Revelation talk about them. These are they that were the calls them virgins. Yeah, okay, because we were the elect is going to be undefiled in the time of the salvation, man.
2 Ezra 2 says it goes into that as well too. All dressed in white, all there. These were them. They stood stiffly. Yeah, they said, "The hell with this world. I believe this. I believe in the Lord. I'm gonna put all my chips on Yahweh Bashim Yahushua because I have nothing else to hope for in this world." So these be they, and you're gonna see them in great glory. whoever they are, wherever they are on this earth, the whole world's gonna see them and they're gonna respect them.
That's right.
And we just, Lord willing, we're part of that number. Anything else?
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get Ezekiel 35.
Oh, yep.
We'll read through that.
Yep.
See, because this is, we out here for our people, okay, but at the same time we here to tell these, like we were saying, the downfall of these devils, man. That's primarily who we coming up chanting down, okay? Because what the motive, the MO, okay, the main objective of Esau Edom is to bring down the elect. That's who he's really after, okay? That's who he really is after, man. Is the elect. He ain't really too worried about 2/3 of Israel because he already know he got him in the bag, man. Esau says jump, they jump.
Get the thing, get it. They're gonna get it.
Right.
I got it. Not the thing, I don't got the thing, I got it.
No.
Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Yeah, and that's what we're doing, man. Our face is set against Mount Seir, okay, and we're prophesying. And Mount Seir being the what was it, the dwelling place of Esau?
Yeah, Petra.
Okay, yeah, Mount Petra. Okay, that's Esau, man. That's who that's talking about, and that's what we're doing. Because who's the earth is given onto the hand of the wicked. All right, the wicked being Esau. Malachi chapter 1 verse 4. So we're coming out here boldly in the name and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to tell these devils, okay, because they see us, man. That's why they clipping the channels, okay. They got these street cameras out here that they watch us, man. They know where we at. They know what we saying, man. This is why Esau knoweth that he has but a short time, and that's why he's gonna come down having great wrath, because the prophets are out here chanting, like it said here, prophesying against it, man. Prophesying against their place. Because what are we doing? We're telling them that this place is getting ready to be destroyed, man, and that the choice grape, the elect, is going to be delivered. And they hate that. They don't want to see that happen, because that means their rulership is going to come to an end. Okay, because there has to be a transition of powers. We ain't going to be ruling at the same time, man. Okay, the scripture says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. That word world there in the Greek is eon, meaning a time period. And Esau's time period is about up.
His days are numbered.
Right,
yeah. Yep. It says,
you have been found wanting. Okay, you have been numbered. This writing on the wall is out there, man.
Ezekiel 35:2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. In the precept in the book of Genesis 36:8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So we know that now we can correlate Mount Seir with Esau Edom.
Right.
All right. For those of you that didn't say Esau Edom.
Right.
Verse 3. So Ezekiel chapter 35 verse 3. It says, I'll read verse 2 again so it makes sense. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee. And M is italicized, is I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. So the Lord is telling you that He's about to wipe you all out. Okay, He's about to wipe out your cities. All right, your people. You're gonna put your elites in slavery. It talks about putting your elites in slavery. All right, you go into the book of Isaiah. It talks about putting the kings in slavery, into slavery.
Right, and it said, I am against thee, man. It says, and I will stretch out my hand against thee. The scripture says it is a terrible thing to fall into the hand of the living power.
Woo!
Another scripture says, who shall not be utterly beat to powder at the presence of the Most High, man.
Yeah, bro.
You Edomites, man, and that's why it says you shall be made desolate, meaning empty. Everything that you thought you had and that you thought you was going to gain, this place, all America is going to be destroyed by the Heavenly Father, man. So says the scriptures. Okay? You had a precept?
No, I was looking for something. But back into this, Ezekiel 35:4. I will lay thy cities, talking about Esau Edoms, Mount Seir, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh.
Yeah, see, and these elites know, all right, but the low-level Edomites out here, they don't know. But soon enough, y'all gonna know who to name who Yahweh is, that is the true name of the Heavenly Father, man, in the Hebrew. Okay? Y'all gonna know who he is when judgment comes upon you, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Come on. Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Right, and we read that in Obadiah, but that perpetual hatred went all the way to Cain and Abel, all the way up to the garden, man. Because that devil hated that we were the sons of the Most High, and that he was the sons of the wicked. So they took our people down. They were already hating from the garden, man.
You mentioned Cain and Abel too.
Yep.
You know, Esau's sacrifice was whack.
Yeah.
It was trash. It was disrespectful. Okay. Yeah. And he got mad because the Lord favored Abel.
Yeah, the original hater, man. Esau, Edom.
Straight.
They should have a hater player ball, man.
Ezekiel 35:5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
See, it didn't say shed the blood of the Hamites. It didn't say because thou shed the blood of the Moabites. No, it said the children of Israel, man. Because that's who mattered. The apple of the Lord's eye. How's that scripture go? Touch not the apple of the Lord's eye.
Yeah, basically, you know, because the apple of the Lord's eye, basically his beloved, is you Israelites, you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You gonna get it?
No, another one.
Yeah, that's us though. All right, we, you know, Lord willing, we be of that number. But he was talking about the nation of Israel, the whole nation. Okay, the Lord is dealing with the whole nation at the end of the day. Unfortunately, for 2/3 of the nation, you're gonna have to have a painful death on this side. But the Lord still loves you. All right, you're just gonna have to go through that you're gonna go through the fire, but you're not gonna make it out on the other end, so to speak. You're not like go. Go ahead.
This is 1 Chronicles chapter 16, and I'll start at verse 21. I'll start at verse 20. 1 Chronicles 16 and 20. And when they went from nation to nation and from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm. But what? Esau, Edom, he didn't give a damn about what the Lord said. So he did our people harm. He touched the Lord anointed, man. He killed the prophets. He did so much that he turned our own people against the prophets, man. He made us look like the bad thing. Woe to them that putteth good for evil and evil for good. Okay? And Esau has done it. He's been the perpetrator of that. That's a part of Esau's deception, making the men of the Lord, the good guy, seem like the bad guy. Because you watch all these, even when you watch these superhero movies, the bad guy, really, if you look at it, he's the good guy. For the most part. Like the movie Superman, the other guy that came, he was really the good guy because he wanted to establish the ways from their planet. Because Coon Superman, okay, he wanted to be in league with the people.
Same thing with Professor X and Magneto.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Magneto was that dude, man. He was really the good guy.
Thanos.
Yep, Thanos, another one. He wanted peace on Earth. He wanted to bring balance to the world, man, to the universe. Okay, and they had to make a whole super team to try to stop him, man. But go ahead.
Back in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 35 and 5. Slakia, wind. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore.
And the time that their iniquity had an end. See, our iniquity now is up. Okay, Lamentations 4 and 22.
Yep.
Okay.
Accomplished.
Yeah, it's accomplished. But you still trying to bring hell upon our people, man. You still trying. Now you taking things into your own hands because you see the Lord really stopped jacking us up. All right, he brought the prophets out here. Okay. So, because that's the grace. The Lord sending the prophets out here to warn them people so that you have that period, you have a chance to repent and come back to the Lord. Our time of we still getting jacked up here and there, but for the most part, the elect, okay, that time of iniquity for the elect, or the time of the judgment for the elect is over
time
with.
Of the calamity.
Yeah, the time of our calamity is over with, man.
Exactly.
And see, that's why our 2/3 of our people still going through it, and they're gonna continue to go through it. Jacob trouble, okay, because they don't want to turn back to the Heavenly Father, man.
Esau showed us no mercy. All you did, you just furthered our shit, man. You made it worse for us. and the time of their calamity and the time that their iniquity had to end. And you could go back to the Babylonian days when they was talking about was it that raise it?
Yeah,
Was it?
right,
Yeah. You know, yeah, really pushed it. Reading on, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, says the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Yes, you see, the Lord is a living power, man. As I live, the Lord is a living power. He ain't wood and stone. Go ahead.
Egyptian Book of the Dead.
Right.
As I live, saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee.
Yep.
Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Yeah, and that's why these devils are going to get judgment, man. They didn't hate blood. They still, to this day, they still don't hate blood. They still bringing judgment to these other people on the earth for no reason, man. No reason but to fulfill their ego. Okay, but the Lord is preparing them for blood. You looking for the bloody city?
That's the next one. I'm gonna get the one in Numbers first.
Okay.
Numbers 35 and 33. 33. It says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land.
Yep. And this America is completely defiled. Okay, because the blood defiled this place. This land right here, where we're standing on right now, was defiled, man. Ponce de Leon, Robert E. Lee, they had the little statue over there for him. All those damn devils came and slaughtered our people out here, man.
And they were bad. Those devils were bad. They were ruthless.
Cortez, another one.
Though they were some of the most ruthless warlords, bro.
Yep.
Came over here and just ravished. It said, It said, Numbers chapter 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. And again, like the brother said, the blood was shed here. So reading on to get to the point. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So the blood defiles the land. The blood. So let's look at America, for instance. Let's just out of the blue, America. The blood was shed of the Native American Indians. Okay, they weren't doing nothing. They were just over here, you know, living in peace.
Right.
All right, doing trades, and we know that they were wicked in the sense of they completely went off from their. They lost the way. They discontinued.
It was prophecy too.
Yeah,
a troop shall overcome thee, Gad.
Yeah. You know? And that troop came in the form of a very fierce nation, of a fierce countenance.
Yep.
That was Esau. So he came over here, but you love blood. You shed their blood indiscriminately. You killed everybody, babies, for no reason. Even though, and they helped you out. You killed them. All right. So you shed their blood unjustly. So you can't cleanse the blood. You can't cleanse the land of their blood. The blood only could be cleansed by the blood of the one that shed it initially, which is you. It's the so-called white man. Who else is it? No one else came and did that shit. Yep. You did it. Then you got slaves from over in the west coast of Africa, black people. You call them African Americans today. They're still here. We're talking about 400 some odd years.
Right.
They're still over here, and you like nothing ever happened. You came over. You have a way. You go work. You were free. Devils, bro. You're gonna have to die. Go ahead.
You still got more on it?
Do I? No, that was it.
Okay. Good. This is Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. And what was robbed? The people. Our people were robbed. First and foremost, we were stolen off our lands. Okay, but our heritage was robbed as well, man. Okay. They beat the hell out of our people to forget who we really were, and then they took on our ways, man. That's why they're going to be judged according to this book. Okay? It says the prey departeth not, and our people are the prey. And we can't leave this place, man. The scriptures even talk about that in Deuteronomy. No man shall buy thee, meaning redeem us. Because we ain't nobody gonna be able to get redeemed by somebody else here on earth. Only the Lord can do that, man.
One rich nigga.
Yeah.
A billionaire, the first multi-billionaire nigga, he's gonna redeem the whole nation. Get the fuck out of here. Go ahead.
Yep. Skipping on down to verse 4, it says, because the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, and America is that harlot that rideth upon the beast. Okay? And it says a well-favored harlot because, like the brother stated earlier in the lesson, okay, everybody wants to flock here to America. This is the place to be, so to say, but it is no longer, all right, and today, but for the most part of its existence, America was the place to be, man.
Absolutely.
Okay? It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord power of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And that's what's being done right now, man. The Lord, through his prophets, through his men, are lifting up the skirt, and everybody's seeing it, man. Seeing this whore for what she really is, nothing but a blue waffle infested bitch, man. Slacking for my language, but that's how disgusting this place really is, man. When you peel back the veil and you look at it through clear lens, okay, like the movie, being sober, like the movie They Live, you really see what this place is really about, and that's what the nations are starting to see, man. Okay,
they're seeing what we're seeing now. That as the prophets, we're seeing it. The other nations are seeing it because they have to do business with America. And it's clearly that this man is the devil and he has a wicked agenda.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 6, it says, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock.
And everybody's watching, everybody's looking.
Yep. Hey, right. Revelation 18 tell you that. The merchants, they shall bewail her because they shall bemoan her.
Yeah, they can't do business. Now since America's destroyed, now basically the whole world's gonna be turned topsy-turvy. That would be a big hit to everything. If America falls off the map, it's going to fall apart. Go ahead.
It says, and it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. And America is the modern day Nineveh. It says, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? When shall I seek comforters for thee? And no, Babylon will not be healed. The scriptures say that she shall not be healed. Yeah. We would have healed her, but she is not healed.
Take balm for her.
Yeah, take balm for her, meaning an ointment. Try to put some Neosporin on there. See
what that helps.
You got a huge gas.
Take Robitussin.
Yeah.
Some Robitussin.
Come on, man. This place is through, man. That's all we can say about that. Was that it on Ezekiel?
Yeah, that was it on that. I have Habakkuk.
And then we'll close out on that.
Yep. Habakkuk chapter 2, start at verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith.
Yep. The just shall live by faith, but the what is it? The soul of him?
It says his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Yeah, the soul of him that is lifted up is not upright in him, man. And who's lifted up? Whose habitation is in the heavens, man?
Right.
Esau, Edom. Okay. His pride has deceived him, man. He's so fucking proud, and literally he's up in his nest is in the stars. But nonetheless, that's how high his pride is, man, and his wickedness, because the wickedness has reached the heavens as well. Okay. The Lord is smelling the abomination of this place, man. Read Revelation 18 and 5, man. That's why this place got to be destroyed too, man. Okay, because of the wickedness reaching the high levels. Why? Because the so-called white man's in rulership. That's why. Go ahead.
It says, but the just shall live by faith. Yea. Also.
Yeah, here is the faith and the patience of the saints. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword shall die by the sword, man.
Killed with the sword, yeah,
shall be killed by the sword, right? This is what the justice is living in, and that faith that the Lord is going to bring judgment upon these nations, man. That they're not going to go unscathed and without judgment, man. Go ahead.
Patience, baby. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right, you see, and that because Esau's art of deception, he's mastered it so well that he thinks that all these deception and lies that he's been pushing out via his agendas, okay, the wine, the philosophies, and people have ate and drank it all up. He thinks that, man, these people are fools. I can just do whatever, and ain't nobody gonna do. They just gonna go with it, and it's true for the most part. But now the Lord is putting that spirit of opening, lifting up the skirt, man. The nations are starting to see the bullshit. They that were confederate with thee had deceived thee. The nations are to be like, nah, man, these guys are tripping, man. They over here making us drunk, and they doing all these different kind of things out here, man. We getting the short end of the stick, so to say. But the nations are gonna shoot at her, okay? And that's gonna be the end judgment for this place, man. This is what we're telling these people, man, of what's coming. Go ahead.
Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Yeah,
and Esau has hundreds and hundreds of military bases in everybody else's back door, man. Esau can't sit still and just be content with what he has. He has to go and take everybody else's shit. Okay, go ahead.
It says, he enters as hell and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
Yep.
He can't be satisfied. He has an insatiable appetite. He's just like a shark. All right, he just keeps eating and eating and eating until he dies. It says, verse 6, should not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his.
Yeah, that's what the nations are saying, man. Yo, this dude's tripping. He over here in the Middle East trying to tell us what to do and trying to take our oil. Now to hell with this guy. Okay? Go ahead. Said woe to him, meaning destruction. That's why you hear all these other nations chanting. Okay? Go ahead.
Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, that thick clay being that heavy debt. And we see, hey, they just passed the $1.9 trillion stimulus check.
Yep.
Printing money out of nowhere. That's doing nothing but putting this place into further debt, man. The global debt is past 200 billion, man, or trillion. The global debt is past 280 trillion.
They'll say 25 trillion if you look at the counter.
Right.
But if you really go deep into it, you're gonna find out it's in the hundreds of trillions.
Right, and there's an article that just came out today that says, so this is how the article was entitled, so this is how the American dollar collapses, and it's going into the stimulus bill, man. And then we are nigh at the door of this place being completely and utterly brought to shambles, man. The economy's on a brink. That bubble is about to pop, man. All this money that's been printed within the last year, golly.
Bro, like
trillions of dollars.
Now the gas price is starting to go up again.
Almost at $3 for the cheap shit.
Hey, you may see, of course you're gonna see it go down again. They're gonna play some shit and then it go back down a little bit. But keep watching. We're telling you, it's going to happen. The day's gonna come where it's gonna be okay. Now it's $5 again. We saw $5 maybe one time briefly, and then it went back down. But it's gonna go back there, and then it conveniently go to 6, and then 7, and 8, and then now, and you're still making $15 an hour. That $15 an hour doesn't seem, like what it used to be back in like 2008. $15 an hour is a pretty good deal. Back here it says, "The layeth himself with thick clay." That debt, like the brother said, verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly and
I bought you. Okay,
that's how you say it.
Yeah. And the Hebrew is thick clay. Okay, or clay. Clay is I bought you. Thick. I forget what thick is in the Hebrew, but it means heavy or a lot. Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 7. Habakkuk 2 verse 7. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty unto them?
Right, and the nations are getting ready to spoil this place, man. All right, the Medes and the nations that they're a guard to, okay, they're gonna spoil this place. Everybody's gonna get off on America, man. Go ahead.
They're licking their chops right now, waiting for the moment to hit.
Right, yeah, like vultures, man, just circling around her because they know she's about to die.
That's heavy, bro. I mean, that kind of hit me, bro. God damn, bro. Yeah, she's about to die, bro. Verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Yeah, and out of all the nations that she spoiled the one person that she shouldn't have.
The wrong motherfucker.
The Israelites, man.
You did what to who? Yep. The what? It says all the remnant shall spoil thee, and the brother's just talking about all the other nations coming here and getting their lick. All right, they're gonna get their clap back.
Yep. Exactly. And gold and silver ain't gonna save you, man. All the money in the world, which ain't gonna be worth shit in that day. But even if you have gold and silver, it ain't gonna save you in that day, man. Oh, here, take my gold coins, take my silver coins that I've been collecting for, because I'm one of those doomsday preppers. I've been buying silver. Here, take it. Nah, man, them troops are gonna still blast your little pineapple right on the floor.
Bust your watermelon, man. Yeah, you think you can't? Yeah, all that's they don't care. They're coming for your blood. This is judgment from on high.
Yep.
It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So you did a lot. You killed a lot of people. You have a lot of blood in your hands. Where's that in Genesis? The 9th chapter. Hold on. 1 second, bro. Genesis verse 6 or verse 9? Let's see. Going on to make a point.
Yeah, we read it a little bit ago. Because thou hast not hated blood. Blood shall pursue thee. Okay? Esau just would get drunk. As a matter of fact, Esau drinks the blood of people, man. Terrifies the shit out of him, and that's the adrenochrome stuff.
Oh God, bro! Like, and then you calling us crazy when you're conspiracy? They do that.
Yep.
You wouldn't believe it. I know it's hard to believe, but they do that. Yes,
right.
They drink baby's blood. They do that. All right. They terrorize it until a point. You know, you put someone in a state of terror. All your body's gonna release adrenaline, and they drink that blood at that peak, and it does something to them. They're able to access demons and all that. And they run your country. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 9, start at verse 5. It says, "And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man, and at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man, who sheddeth man's blood. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man also his blood be shed. For in the image of the Most High made he man." So you're going to be shed by the blood of men. All right, whether they're coming over here from other nations or whether it be the Israelites, because we could go right here into the book of Ezekiel, where the Lord says outright that He's going to use Israelites to do this.
Yep.
So this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 25, verse 12. And we're going to read down to 14. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, because that Edom has dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Don shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. Inside joke. But yes, the Lord's gonna use Israelites to exact judgment upon Israel. How the Lord's gonna do it? I don't know. He could use 2/3 to do it. He could use his elect to do it.
Right.
All right, after they get their bodies changed.
Either way, it's gonna happen
By the hands of his people Israel. So by man's blood shall your blood be shed. It's finished in the verse, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. So that goes to show you that we can't do anything now. It's not like we can pick up a sword and knife and try to fight Esau, because it's not in the Lord's anger and fury.
Vengeance is mine. Therefore wait upon me. The Lord's going to enact judgment.
And the Lord's not going to come down here himself and do it.
Right.
He's going to use somebody to do it. So he's going to use these other nations to do it. And of course, he's going to use his very own.
Yeah, Amos 3:7 tells you that. You know, the Lord power surely doeth nothing.
To reveal its secrets unto his servants, the prophets.
Yeah,
So now, the secret has been revealed unto his prophets. The prophets are spreading the gospel. Whether you want to call it the gospel or not, it's being spread through the doctrine of the Bible that you have on your coffee table. And that means that now the Lord's about to do something. Okay? The Lord's about to do something heavy. Finishing off the verse, it says, "And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power."
That's right.
Yahweh.
And the whole earth is going to know the Lord, man. Especially Esau, Edom, they're going to know the judgment of Yahweh, man, because they're going to feel it. All right, like going into the whole parable with Lazarus and the rich man. They're going to be asking the Lord, they're going to be asking just for us to dip their finger into water and put it on their tongue, man, just to cool down how bad it's gonna be for them. But it ain't gonna happen, man, because when we was going through it, they didn't slow down. They didn't let's take it easy a little bit. Nah, man, they didn't do none of that. Yeah,
straight gas.
Show no mercy unto him that show no mercy, man.
Straight gas on us, bro.
Yep.
You didn't care, bro.
That's how we gonna do. Full pedal through the floor in righteousness.
That's why the Lord won't let us do it now, because it says through the Lord's anger and fury, we still have compassion. We'll still have compassion against you. You know, we don't have the fury of the Lord on us right now.
That's right.
So we gotta wait for the Lord to make his move, and then you know, it's not of us anymore. It's not, he's terrorist. No, we ain't doing shit. We out here reading the Bible. You can't blame nothing on us. Anybody does anything out here, you can't blame it on the Israelites. Israelites don't get down like that. All right, we waiting on our power. We're waiting on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to do the work. Okay, so it is what it is. Anything?
That was it.
All right, hey, so we're going to close it out. We're here in Fort Myers. We're going to go ahead and close it out through the spirit of Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak B'dash,
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. All right, call Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak B'dash. Shalom.
Shalom.